actress, New York Times best-selling author, who is beloved for her 41-year career as Erica Kane on All My Children. Today, soap opera icon Susan Lucci is here. She's opening up about the recent heart emergency that nearly took her life and took everyone by surprise. Susan eats a healthy diet, she exercises. So what happened? She's here to reveal what you need to know to save your life. Please welcome Susan Lucci.
Good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Thank
I was
you.
worried about you.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Well, they're all so excited to see you.
Thank you.
You're back to full speed?
Back to full speed, yes.
Well, you look fabulous.
Thank you so much. I love your magazine. I just picked it up in the airport. I am addicted.
Thank you.
Isn't it great?
I love making it. So I should point to everybody, so Miss Erica Kane actually lived in this building because she taped in this building.
Yes, this was Pine Valley for a long time.
It brings back memories?
Oh, it does. I mean, you know, coming in the ramp this morning and going in that elevator, I see the dressing rooms. Yes, of course, it all comes back.
So even as All My Children was tamping down, you stayed very active, doing lots of things. Devoted Pilates fan, by the way, I should point out. Magazines called you a fitness badass, which I love when they call you that.
Thank you, me too.
They really know you. So even last year, you know, you say you weren't all that worried about your health. You had a physical, you did well.
Yes, and frankly, I mean, I've been so lucky in my lifetime that I have not had any health issues, and my checkups have been great. In July, I had my full checkup. Everything, you know, came back, frankly, marked excellent, excellent. And I felt, of course, very happy about that. But in October, out of the blue, my husband and I were at a restaurant waiting to be seated, and I got this slight tightness in my chest, just slight, and it radiated around my rib cage to my back. And I thought, as most women do, oh, it's nothing, oh, it'll go away. And it did. But about 10 days later, I felt that there was an elephant pressing on my chest, again, radiating around my rib cage to the back. And we called. I didn't have a cardiologist. I had no reason to. But my husband has AFib, called his cardiologist at St. Francis Hospital, and he said, your symptoms are significant, meet me at the ER. When I got to the hospital, everyone thought they were just going to test me and I'd go home, because I do eat healthy. I heard you mention this in the intro. And I work out every day. I do some form of Pilates every day. And I live a very active lifestyle. They did some testing, a CAT scan actually then. And the doctor, much to everyone's surprise, except my symptoms were so significant, told me that I had a 90% blockage in my main artery. 90%, I couldn't believe it. And a 75% blockage in a V area where a smaller artery comes out. In any case, he said I can fix this, and he performed the surgery that night.
As you're sitting in his, I guess, in the exam room, and you're hearing this news, what went through your mind?
I was shocked. I was completely shocked. It turned out to be genetic. It turned out to be my dad's genes. It turned out to be a calcium deposit. It wasn't cholesterol, so therefore my checkups, you know, were fine. But it was calcium, and my dad had that. My mother's going to be 102 in March.
The reason your story is so important, in addition to the fact we all love Susan Lucci, is that you're going to share with everybody in America a whole different way of envisioning why women die. We just don't pay attention to our bodies in general, but women especially. So if you're willing to join me on this journey, let's go look at a real heart.
Oh.
A heart that has
Okay,
blockages similar to what you have.
Oh.
So
this is a real heart?
This is a real heart.
Okay.
Here are the purple gloves.
Okay.
They're perfectly designed for your outfit, by the way.
Thank you.
So, let me show you the human heart.
Oh, my goodness.
So, if you look at the heart, just from this side, you'll notice that there's a big tube coming out of it, the aorta. I'll get to that in 1 second.
All right.
But if you look right here, these are the arteries in the surface. You see these little arteries?
Yes.
And this person had blockages, so they actually cut the tubes, and see that you can see the tubes there.
Oh.
Now, you see how small those arteries are right there? They're tiny, they're hard to fix.
Yes.
This person has calcium like you have everywhere. This is the major tube that comes out of the heart. Feel that.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yes,
It's like rubber.
But hold the whole thing if you don't.
Oh.
It's like a tube almost, like has rust in it. And it's supposed to be like a very flexible hose, not like a rusted pipe. And if it has this kind of rust in the major tubes, this is called the aorta, the small little arteries that I just showed you will also have those blockages.
I see.
And that's why it's so deadly.
Yes, I mean, they told me afterwards that had I not taken care of myself and gone to the doctor, that I would have had, they called that heart attack a widowmaker. So when I say I was so lucky, oh my God, in so many ways, and I'm so grateful.
What's it like realizing you shouldn't be standing here? In fact, this could be your heart on an autopsy table.
Oh, you know, I was just so lucky and so grateful and so feeling so positive after the doctor put the stents in and told me that now I would be okay. I've learned so much on this journey that I've been on, that heart disease kills more women every year than all cancers put together.
Yeah.
And it's not a competition. Yes, we should still go for mammograms and look at those checkups as well, but let's include checking at our heart.
Of course. Nicely said. All right. Up next, Susan was eating right, she was exercising. So how does this type of heart emergency happen? And what do you need to do to lower your heart risk today? Stick around. We are back with Susan Lucci opening up about her heart emergency. So doctors discovered this widowmaker blockage, a 90% blockage.
Yes.
And what did they do?
The doctor operated on me that evening, and it got kind of late, and he put 2 stents in.
2 stents.
2 stents, yes, through here,
The groin.
the groin, and
Can I show the audience what that looks like?
Sure.
It's a remarkable feat that it can even happen, but it's life-changing. So the heart has these big arteries on it. This one is really important because it feeds this entire front of the heart, and a blockage here is called a widowmaker, because if it closes, we lose people and we don't have a chance to catch you because you can't kill that much of the heart all at once. So let's go into this artery now to show you what doctors did. So this life-saving blood is coursing through this artery to your heart, and over time, if you have risk factors, your plaques will build up. They can have cholesterol, they can have calcium, whatever they have, but it narrows so much that only a little trickle of blood can get through there. And you'll start having symptoms down here because of that. So a doctor takes a stent. The stent will go in from the groin usually, goes across the plaque. You sort of have to center it. There's a balloon inside this stent, right? This balloon expands, it crushes the plaque out of the way. The stent stays in place. It'll be there the rest of your life. And now this plaque's not gone, but it's removed. So now that life-sustaining blood can course through here. You won't feel the symptoms, but more importantly, you won't lose your life.
yes,
So as you look at this, I know it's a medical marvel.
it is.
It must have been a big wake-up call for you to have recovered from a in your case, widower maker blockage, and to recognize that you're going to have a little different life.
Yes, well, I'm going to be fine now, and I feel great, and
Yes, you will be.
you know, that's the miracle of how far medicine has come. But the main thing is that I found this very impressive when the doctor said to me that nobody has to die of a heart attack. You just have to listen to your body, listen to your symptoms, and act on them.
Yep.
You feel like something's wrong, take
All right,
care
so-
of it.
The average person watching at home says, my goodness, Susan Lucci is an icon. She exercises daily. She eats the right foods, Mediterranean diet, the best we know of. You do Pilates. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Right, you're doing all the right things. Your dad, who was a handsome devil, by the way, is a picture.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
There's
He
a picture of him when he was in his
such a good dad.
When he was in his 40s, that's obvious from how you came down. But he looks like you too, by the way, or you look like him. But when he was in his 40s, he had blocked arteries, but obviously he changed something because he lived into his 80s. So your genes are not your destiny if you pay attention to what they're telling you. So you took care of yourself your whole life. Did it matter?
You know, I do believe it mattered. Right before I was being released, I asked the doctor, how is my actual heart? I know my arteries were blocked, but how is my actual heart? And he smiled and he said, you have the heart of a 20-year-old. And he
Nice
said
to
it
hear.
3 times.
Nice to hear.
So I believe him. And to your point, I have to believe that the eating clean and well and healthy and working out helped me not to have a heart attack as my dad did. My dad had it at 49, you know, and so I inherited his genes, the calcium deposit, but I was able not to have the heart attack. And even now, this is much, much further along. I've been lucky, and I do think that eating well and working out and following all the advice that your doctor gives you helps you be strong enough to put off any kind of horrible incident that could
weather
happen.
the storm of
To
illness.
weather the storm, exactly.
I think what you're speaking to is the fact that we're dealt cards in our life. And you got dealt a lot of really good cards and made a wonderful career, you know, life-changing experience for most of us to have met you. And sometimes you get a bad card in the deck. And you got to play that card too. And you, because after 3 efforts, you know, fate was able to get you to act on this. But you did take the action, and I applaud you for that. Because most people think they got to have the elephant in the chest. There are people watching us right this minute who think they need to have that elephant feeling. You don't, guys. Women especially can get shortness of breath, which is the most common one that I worry about, nausea, vomiting, numbness. There's other symptoms. I want you to listen to what this woman's telling us all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.